Welcome back to Range Anxiety TV, the greatest of all YouTube channels. And he's back today, the dud.
Yeah, back from work, people. Hello, world. Hey, Marty. Hey, babe.
Apparently that caused a bit of consternation.
Yeah, it caused a little bit of angst in the household.
Did it?
Yeah, the wife thinks you're more of the dud than I am.
Well, she would probably be with common perception, yeah. I can understand that. Yep. But yeah, you did explain that we were talking about we couldn't call you the dude because of Paul Morris.
Copyright infringement.
Well, you're not that cool.
Oh, I beg to differ.
Okay.
I've got a friend that might differ too.
You've never won.
That's my wife.
You've never won Bathurst with Chaz, and you've never been punched out by your teammate. Remember the Diet Coke BMWs?
Yeah.
Boom,
yeah.
boom, 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 boom.
I do remember that.
Yeah, that was
Longhurst. No,
was it Longhurst?
Longhurst.
Yeah, I reckon Longhurst. Oh, they're mates anyway.
Yeah.
I know Paul a little bit, so there you go. You aren't the dude.
No, I'm not.
What do we have here?
Something completely different.
Out of the normal.
It's one of these cars that just pops up randomly on this channel. We rarely see them. I've only seen that one over there 5 minutes earlier. Here we are again, people, with an R35 Skyline.
Well, it's not actually a Skyline.
Oh, sorry, GTR.
Thank you.
I keep saying that because I'm old school.
Yeah.
But Martin, it's another one?
Another one.
Another one.
Another one.
Right.
Because A, people like them.
They do.
B, this one's actually for sale. I'm actually trying to talk you into buying it and getting rid of that lump of iron out there.
No way.
No way, the Heartland.
Add it to the stable.
You know what you got.
I do know what I got.
Tell you what, I'll swap you an Xbox, a set of rim spacers, and a pogo stick for it.
Mm-hmm. Keep talking, you're getting close, getting close.
Never getting rid of it. This is to make a point, right? This is an 09 GTR, Australian delivered.
There's something special about it though, isn't there? Mm. What is it? Like, it's got a few little highlights and stuff. Is this some sort of fancy model?
No.
No, this is just what you got in 09?
09, it's got a lip and things on it that aren't standard. But this, what's special about this and what differentiates it from most GTRs is this is about as far as you can go without opening wallet and preparing for cleaning.
Right.
The tipping point.
Did you do it?
Yeah.
So would you consider this to be like as far as you'd go with your car, for example?
This is as far, if I was to build myself a GTR, this is as far as I would go.
So what have you got done here?
Because once you reach a certain point of drivability, performance, output, it then falls off the cliff of cost and reliability.
Yeah, becomes stupid.
So we're at the tipping point here. That thing hasn't exploded yet,
not yet,
magically, but it's soon. Soon, everyone, soon. You'll have knock, who's there? Con.
Yeah, got plans in place for
Con
that.
Who?
Conrod.
Thank you.
Uncle Rodney.
And not Conrod straight, Conrod bent.
What makes this then better? Like, there's no chance of losing rods at this power level. There's no.
Well, there is. There's no such thing with an internal combustion engine or anything actually of saying there's no chance. There's always a chance.
It's all in the tune.
It's all in the tune. This is as far as I would go myself. Essentially, we have a stock transmission, and essentially we have a stock engine.
Right.
But we've taken the power from, they're about 300 kilowatts at all four of these things standard, or 310 or around there, to 520, 530, I believe this one is.
Right.
So we've got a massive upgrade in terms of power.
I'm guessing there's a few things going on to get that upgrade though.
Yeah, that's right. So the first thing that you've got to consider with these cars and keeping them running is the
transmission, because the Achilles heel is the transmission.
I've got a dead one out on the floor out there that will look
I saw that. Yeah, and a customer who beats it to death anyway.
Well,
so
that's
it's
right.
probably
He beats all sorts of things. Yeah,
back out there on the floor.
What does that sound like to you, Paul? That sounds like the sound of success. There's a little riddle that comes with these things. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, which bit is about to blow?
It sounds like this bit.
Yeah, that's actually the gear set.
Well, doesn't sound good,
right,
though.
does it?
No.
That's just normal GTR noise. That's just how you do it.
I think they call that charm.
And what's this? Is this a factory option?
Quick release,
Yeah.
just in case you need to eject the trans in a hurry.
Yeah.
When I mean just in case, I mean when you have to inject the trans in a hurry.
They do spend a lot of their time like this, these gearboxes. There is a bit of it. You can make them reasonably reliable, but a lot of it comes down to operator involvement in the process. You know, you got your diff back there, your gear set in the middle, your clutch housing and front wheel drive up here. It's all quite simple thing to look at.
That's not Vector, is it?
No, I designed that some time ago, transmission brace, because what happens, if you get much axle tramp, it snaps. snaps the diff off basically. Which is never good. There's red fluid and bits of aluminium go spraying everywhere.
We've seen that. They have a big crack go through them, don't they? It's huge.
And actually the whole rear case splits. And the side plate, the diff comes out through the side plate sometimes. The gears never really exit out the side of the box though, so that's nice. Oh yeah, and the front wheel drive clutch explodes internally.
Yep, and that big selector rod used to shoot through something, didn't it? Didn't it have plastic instead of metal shims in there or something?
No.
No? I'm thinking of something. It was way back in the day.
But yeah, friendly old things these, and like I said, the Achilles heel, and we're probably ragged on the gearboxes enough, but they can be very frustrating.
They can be. They can be. So just get used to doing this, people, if you own a 35 and...
Do you want to have a go at lifting it, Paul?
You going to grab one in?
Nah.
With these things, I always thought no matter what that was the Achilles heel, stock power levels.
Well, so can be.
Upgrading the power levels, are you then just, I don't know, accelerating the...
You kind of are. Depends on the application, but the first thing we did is put a proper clutch in it.
Yep.
Clutch slip at this power level is a real thing.
Yep.
And so we've gone to an upgraded, I think it's a 9.9 plate clutch in this thing. So the clutch is matched to handle the power.
Yeah.
Right. That's the first thing you got to do.
Yep.
Doesn't have an upgraded gear set in it because the guy doesn't track it.
Right.
When you track it, the first thing that happens normally is you'll just strip all the teeth off fourth gear.
Right.
Because the big long shaft bends in the middle like this under power and it pulls them in and out of mesh. And it just strips all the teeth off them.
So that trans out there on the floor, out of a track car, that's what's wrong with that one?
No, it's got everything upgraded in it, that one. It's just, I think it's blown the clutch apart, but more on that one later. So the first thing we did is put a clutch in this thing.
Yep.
Nice.
Excellent.
Second thing we did...
Mid-pipe and tune.
Mid-pipe and... I think this is stock cat back, so it's tuned with the cob access port. We did that originally way back in the day. This car originally belonged to the people that own the Bend.
Yeah.
Motorsport Park. So it's always been, like all of their cars, it's always been really well cared for. It doesn't belong to them anymore, and these upgrades we did weren't for them. They're for the next owner.
He owns the Bend, and he didn't track it.
Well, the Bend wasn't around back then in 09.
Right, of course. Yeah, plus he had other things to track anyway.
That's right. So we did a tasty little turbo upgrade on it. Now, when you turbo upgrade a GTR for these sorts of power levels, you don't need to put a whole turbo kit on them.
Yeah, but it's not simple either, is it? Because it's integrated in the exhaust manifold. Yeah,
that's right. So you have to machine out the standard manifold to fit a bigger turbo in it. And we've got the latest G Series Garrett G25s in this. Yeah. So they're a nice little turbocharger capable of, 450 horsepower each or something around there, 400 horsepower.
Acceptable.
So we're running it to make the power. We're running it at low boost. We're running it at, 17, 18 PSI max, which is, you don't want to stress the stock conrods too much. So that's why we're doing that.
That would be a walk in the park, wouldn't it? 17,
no, not really. I mean, you got to understand they come out of the factory at 10 or 11.
Yeah, okay.
That's a fair upgrade.
Yep.
And it all, as you would know, why do these things bend rods like you're holding out there? Because the torque curve goes up and straight across. To stop a motor bending rods, or to make it easier on the conrod and the bearing surface, is you ramp the torque in. Yep. So, you won't hit it with full boost at 3,500, right? You'll hit it with full boost, you'll taper the boost in to make it more reliable.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you can blow up a standard motor with 18 pounds of boost, and you can make one live quite happily with 20, 21, 22 pounds of boost, depending on how you apply it. If you stomp on it, you'll smash it.
The laggier it is, the longer it'll live then.
Not laggy, just ramp the torque. So instead of having a power curve that goes, or a torque curve that jumps up and tapers away, you've got a torque curve that is nice, flat, wide, like the top of Ayers Rock or Uluru.
You fiddling with the cam timing when you're doing that?
You can. I don't believe in this tune here.
Throw in a ghost cam.
Bit of a ghosty. And of course, fuel. What else did we do there? How do we make all of that extra, or what is a contributor to making that extra power?
Well, did you have to go injectors and pump?
Of course.
Yeah, so this one does run an external or internal pumps?
Internal pumps.
Yeah. So I do remember early on in the piece that was a bit of a unknown almost. And the injectors, I mean, it is a V6. They're not going to be...
Well, they're 570cc standard. So this has got thousands in it.
Yep.
So what does that allow us to do with the fuel? Come on.
Add more fuel.
No. What is your car run
better? E85.
Right, what does this run? Hey, mate.
I don't know.
Yep, switchable maps.
Yeah.
So...
With a flex fuel sensor or your actual switchable map?
These are actual switchable.
So you can't just go and bung to me 85 and then you've got to run it out?
Well, you always, with switchable maps versus flex, right, you always allow some leeway in the tune. So if you've got a quarter of a tank of 98, you fill it up with 85, that, you know, the tune is always still about E70, E75 is how you tune them. So you've got this leeway built in. So it's not, you know, I've got to run it empty till it's coughing and spluttering before I can do anything with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But would that mean that pretty much from E70 onwards, the tune...
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry, the map, it just stays the same. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it works. It doesn't sound that elegant, but it actually is.
Yep.
And yeah, I like switchable. I just do. I mean, flex fuel's good, but very rarely do people ever get flex fuel tunes right.
Mine's all right.
But you know what I mean? Everyone tunes for 98 and tunes for 85, and the transition, I don't care who you are, they're always lumpy.
How does the owner come along and flick it over from one setting to another? Just on the dash?
Yeah, just the cancel button on the cruise control and up and down in the maps. So this pole, with 500 and something, 20 or 30 or whatever it makes kilowatts at the wheels, is very similar to your car.
Yep.
Which one's going to be faster in a straight line?
I think this one's got 4 times the... Well, not 4 times, but it's got another set of driving wheels.
That helps.
That thing doesn't like to go straight, if you like. These things just seem to stick to the road, don't they? Yeah, you put your foot down, they take off.
Yeah.
There's way less drama in getting it moving.
Yeah, there is. But, you know, maybe at roll racing, how do you think you'd go?
Yeah, probably no good either. But they don't seem to add up to their... Some of their parts makes them better than they seem on paper.
That's right, it does.
I don't know why it is. They always.
I think it's got to do with the way the transmission works. It's got the way to do with how they cut the air, how the motor delivers. Yeah, so you know, a 500 kilowatt GTR is always going to be faster than a 500 kilowatt Commodore.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. I don't get it. It sucks because it means I need 600 kilowatts, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Even then, I'd be struggling, wouldn't I?
Yeah, but you wouldn't put it down.
Yeah, good call.
And, you know, since speaking of the bend, the drag strip is opening in October. We're going to have to get out there. I'm going to ring them, our friends at Peregrine Corporation. I'm going to say, we need to degreen the track for you. You know what I mean?
It's almost a community service we're offering.
You're going to spray it with a bit of oil. I'm going to spray it with a bit of battery
At least
acid.
they get to test their clean-up cruise abilities.
Bit of hands-on training. But yeah, no, hopefully we're going to see a lot more builds like this that are going out to the track and really, you know, getting on with it and enjoying it and whipping your ass.
Well, someone could be out there in this.
Maybe.
You? Not me. I can't afford this, mate.
He's a FIFO miner.
Just a poor old diesel mechanic.
He's a cub. Does everyone know what a cub is?
Cashed up
bogan.
Yes. But no, these are very, very nice. They're very good, but I just couldn't see one in my driveway. I think the missus would have a fit.
Conniptions. And imagine it. Number plates, Dud 69. And with that, thank you for listening to today's short but sweet but highly technical episode and welcoming Paul back into the fold. We'll see.
Thanks, people.
We're about to get into the back of a taxi, you and I together now.
Are we?
Yeah.
It's a fake taxi too, people.
Stay tuned.